So today I sat down with my sister-in-law, Lisa Kearns, and chatted with her. She has a great blog which you can check out for her birth stories and also all things parenting. It's called themotherhoodtimes.com. So you can check that out. But right now, let's have a look at the interview when I chatted with her. So Lisa, thank you for joining me for my first little interview. And I really wanted to interview you first for two reasons. One is that you're my sister-in-law, and so it's not scary. But also, we've been sister-in-laws for 10 years, almost 10 years now, and had between us 7 children. And so we've talked a lot about parenthood.
Yep.
And I've actually learnt a lot from you. And so today I wanted to just talk to you about your journey through motherhood. Because I think a lot of what we've talked about is actually that there is not really just one way to parent. But there's lots of different ways to parent, and that's actually okay.
Yep.
And I think, and I guess what my heart for this is that through the people I speak to, if there's somebody that can learn something, just even one thing out of this, that can help them along their parenting journey, well, then, it's worth the chat that we have today. So, you are a mum of 4 children. You have one boy who is almost 12.
Yeah.
And then Amaya is almost 10. And then 2 little girls. Ellie's 7 and Lucy is 5. Almost five. And so you, how would you describe your way of parenting?
I would definitely say that I am more natural kind of parent, natural mum, natural therapies, alternative, crunchy mum.
Crunchy mum.
Google that one. And yeah, so I'm not a loud advocate of you need to do it this way, but I just do it because it's my values, what I believe in, how I want to. So a bit more hands off.
Yep.
Definitely get outside, go play.
Yeah.
And me not involved in their play. So in terms of giving them lots of structured activities or whatever. No, I'm very much just go do your own thing.
Yeah. Use your imagination.
Yeah.
Get outside. Yep. And so you have, like we said, you have 4 children. Can you tell me a little bit about the journey going from 1 to 4 kids, and what's been the best part about that, or the hardest part?
I would definitely say going from 1 to 4, you learn to definitely lighten up a bit and to loosen the reins and be more relaxed and a lot more flexible because the first one, it's so easy. You have so much more opportunity to have a more controlled environment, a really strict routine.
And you did that with Ethan.
Very strict. I read, I can't remember what book it was now, Save Our Sleep or something like that, and I followed that to a T, even though he didn't fit into that
routine.
He pretty much catnapped the first year of his life during the day, but he slept through. But I think
but you tried to stick to a routine.
Absolutely.
And I did the same with Chanel actually. It
was very strict. And then with Amaya, she was very much a textbook baby, so she did everything that the textbook said, so that was awesome. And you could still have a routine with 2. And then 3, the routine totally went out the window.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Couldn't agree more.
There's the book says they should be napping, but I've got a school pickup. What the heck? My hair pulled out.
Why did they write that in the book?
Yeah,
how do you pick your children up?
How do you parent, 3 or 4 children on a strict routine? That doesn't happen. That's non-existent. So I learned to... You know what? I think it took me a while to let go of the control.
And I think
it really did my head in.
To me when when we had Kobe, and I don't know, she would have only been maybe 4 weeks old, and I was realizing, hang on, we've got to she needs to sleep and I need to feed her, and that takes so long in itself, feeding and then sleeping, and then we've got to get Chanel to school, we've got to get Harper to a different school for preschool. How the heck am I going to get all of this to happen at once? I can't do that. And I remember you said to me, you know what, I just you felt the same, and that you just threw it out the window and just went, like with Ellie, which is your
Yeah.
third, she's just going to have to go with the flow, and she's going to learn to sleep in the car, learn to sleep in the pram, and she did. I still remember, like, she'd
So
sleep in the little capsule at our
sometimes I'd
house.
be picking someone up, carry her in the capsule, sleep, or in the pram, because, it took me a few months, so it really, I did get quite anxious about it, and it really did my head in thinking, I just spent 30 minutes getting this baby to sleep, only to wake her up in 20 minutes to go and do a school pickup. And it really, I think it was a really hard year. It probably took a year for me to realise, like, you know what, just let it go. Like, just roll with it. And she sleeps so good now. Like, she
sleeps anywhere.
I know, she'll sleep anywhere. We'll go to family functions and she's tired. I can't, so I sleep on a chair. Like, and same with Lucy. Like, it was already chaotic. I didn't really have a strict routine as such, so Lucy just fit right in. Yeah. And not to say that I don't parent, like, my kids can go to bed anytime. They're just like, they rule the roost. That's absolutely not how I parent. Yeah. In terms of routine and structure, we have rhythms. Yep. So, you know, we wake up in the morning, the kids have got jobs to do. They come home from school, they've got jobs to do. You know, we do the bed, bath, a story, go to bed, like roughly around the same time. But it's not strict because life happens. Like, that's right. You know, they've got things that they do after school where we get home later, or, you know, so you have like to be flexible. That you want to see. Yeah, or you want to go out. And the little kid stage is such a short time. Like, it's so short. And to be hung up on a fully strict routine and then do your head in that way, like, you know what? Like, just go with the flow. Enjoy. Go out. Enjoy your kids. Enjoy your friends and family outings as well. Like, you can.
Because I remember as a kid, I used to enjoy when we'd go out. Like, there's some of the fun memories where we'd have a bit later nights, and like, my parents never really withheld that from us. And my mum, I think, was very similar to you. She was just much more relaxed and go with the flow. And I've learned a lot from her as well. And actually, I would love to interview her too. Different when they're a grandma. I think grandmas have no rules, but anyway. You said that you're a hands-off parenting, and that helps you enjoy parenting more. But do you think it benefits your kids too?
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. They can play independently really well. Yeah. We have, I still have things for them. Like, we have a really big trampoline outside, a cubby house, a whole bunch of Jake's random stuff from being a builder. But, like, I have things that they can do, like, you know, the drawing stuff's out or whatever, Play-Doh. But I definitely think that leaving them to play and to form their own games, and even when they're fighting, I'm not one to just jump in as well. I'm like, you know what? When they're older, they have to learn negotiation skills. That's right. Like, if I'm always intervening and be like, what's going on? Who did this? Whatever. Like, they'll work it out half the time. Like, half the time I do have to intervene. But
sometimes if you intervene too soon, like, it stops them from learning to negotiate. Yeah. But also, it encourages them to come to you about the really tiny little things, like, Mum. Yeah. Like, something that doesn't even affect them. Like, oh, Harper got a drink from the fridge and you said she couldn't get one. Like, like, but it's good. It is good for them to learn negotiation skills. I know we say that too sometimes to the girls. They're like, sort it out yourself. I'm really, like, don't have time to deal with this.
Or you'll hear them arguing in the backyard, and I'm like, Jake will be like, can you hear that? Go sort them out. I'm like, he was like, whatever. Like, they'll work it out. And if it's something full drastic, they'll come to me.
Then they do. Yeah, that's right. And if you need to step in, then obviously, you do. I agree. I think that it does help them with that kind of thing. So, as in your routine as a family, what are some of your non-negotiables, like, in regard to that? Like, maybe outside play, is that something that you would say?
That's important. And I like to do family things that are not just eating out. Like, I like to be out in nature. That's a really big thing for us, being outside, the beach, that kind of thing. But some of our, I guess, our non-negotiables we were chatting before, but definitely I hate the TV on when we're eating. Like, that goes off. I mean, when the younger years where you're trying to get a little toddler to eat, like, you use whatever. Yeah, that's right. If they're happy to open their mouth while the TV's going, you know, I'm all for that. But our routine now that we've got older kids is the TV goes off. That's been a pet hate of mine for ages. Yes. So The TV goes off. It's a very special, rare occasion where I'll let them continue watching a movie while they eat because
they're like, what?
It's special, yeah. Like, it's definitely not the norm. And we try to eat together as a family, like a sit down all together at the table. That's important. I mean, that doesn't happen every night.
Yeah, but when you can.
Yeah, when we can, different things. I think, I don't know, like, yeah.
They're good.
Other than that, I think I have values where they're important, but I'm flexible.
Yeah,
if you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yeah, like there's not a full strict list of...
like, okay, it's 4:00, everybody outside.
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah, like I think...
Yeah. No, but I think they're good places to start too as well. That was one of the things I wanted to ask you, actually. If somebody was like, maybe they have just gone from like 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 kids and they're thinking like, oh my gosh, how do I do this? And I just can't keep up in this routine anymore. And I just need to say as well, I think sometimes routines do work for some people and that's totally okay. Mm-hmm. But what we want to talk about today is maybe if you're not finding that it's working for you or you're finding it's actually making you more anxious than relaxed, you know, that's a way better way to parent, I think, if you are relaxed in whatever is working for you. So if someone's wanting to sort of make that switch from like, but still feels like, oh, I can't like abandon my routine. Yeah. What would you say is a good place to start for them? Like, what's something that they could do, like something simple to put in place? Like, why don't you just try blah?
Well, I definitely agree with if mama ain't happy, no one's happy in the house.
Yes.
So if you're pulling your hair out because the routine, the kids aren't, it's not working, there's a good chance that the vibe in the house is contributing to the routine not working because you're freaking out about the routine not working and it's a big cycle. So
and I feel like we can all probably, like I immediately can think of times where I have been out of control, maybe like a bit stressed about maybe we've got to make it somewhere on time and I'm just like freaking out, trying to get everyone out of the house. And then I realize, you know what, nobody is enjoying this process, not even me. And so why don't we just be there 10 minutes late and everyone will be okay.
Yeah, so I think the best advice would be is that this season is such a short time. Yeah. And even if you're in a season where your child's not sleeping very well, like they change so quickly.
Yes,
like,
they do.
Like they go from having multiple naps a day to like 1 nap a day to no naps a day in the blink of an eye. Yeah. And to get so hung up on those tiny details, I think that you're missing the point. And I think that you can miss a lot of other things because you're just so focused on that. Yeah. So I think my advice would be is definitely have your rhythms, like have a set, like so the kids know what's happening, you know, like okay,
they know what comes next.
Yeah, so now we're having a bath, then we have a story, then we go to bed, or like when we wake up, this is what we do. Yeah, because that is enough of a routine for a child to be like, okay, I know what's happening. Yeah,
like because they feel safer when they have those like, little cues that happen throughout the day.
That's exactly it. So when you're putting your kids to bed, like I used to sing like a particular song to my babies when I put them to sleep. Like, you know what I mean? Like just things like that you can have without having to have a full on like at 9 o'clock we do this and 10 and like I just found but that's the way exactly how I did Ethan. So I know what it's like to be in a very strict routine. But I think that sometimes you can become a slave to a routine as well. So if you focus more on having a rhythm, I feel like your load would be a bit lighter and you'd feel a bit freer, I guess. I don't know.
No, I think that's good. And I think I remember being a bit like that where I'd be like, okay, she has to sleep for like 2 hours and 20 minutes. And if we went like 10 minutes over, if she slept 10 minutes longer, I'd be like, oh, that's it. It's ruined. The day's ruined. Like now she's not going to go to bed till like 10 past 7 instead of 7. Yeah. And I just think sometimes we need to give ourselves a break.
Yeah. And be kind to yourself.
Yeah. And I think I remember something my mum said to me once is like, well, like she wasn't sleeping. And I'm like, but she needs to go to sleep. And my mum said, but she's happy, right? Like, and I was like.
Sounds like my mum. Oh, yeah. What the heck are you doing?
Okay. Yeah, she isn't really like beside herself.
There's nothing wrong with her.
Yeah. And you know what? They will sleep eventually. Yeah. Or like if they're not eating their dinner, they will eat eventually.
Yeah.
And I still live by that sometimes. If my kids aren't going to eat their dinner, I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'm just not going to win this
choose your battles.
Yeah, pick your battles.
Yeah.
something else I wanted to ask you is because you obviously would be with 4 kids, you would be a busy mum. We all know, like, as a mum, we neglect ourselves sometimes. So we're so busy looking after the kids and making sure the house is clean and the food's cooked and our husband's happy and whatever. But like, we sometimes neglect looking after ourselves, and that's something I'm really passionate about. I have always been really passionate about that, and I just think I'm guilty sometimes. I haven't done this as well. So but something I really truly believe is that you don't have time to not look after yourself. You have to make sure you're looking after yourself, and I think that you can do that in 5 minutes a day if you really if you are really time poor. If you don't take that 5 minutes a day or whatever it might be, that actually affects everything else that you do. So what do you do for yourself to look after yourself?
Well, just in the last, I would say, coming up to a year, I've started regularly exercising. And
that's good.
I think, before, when I had Lucy, having 4 kids, I remember saying no to a lot of things and putting the brakes on and just like, okay, I'm bunkering down for survival mode till she's out of those baby years because, that's
it can
what you do.
feel like that.
And, say no to a lot of things and you let life sort of happen to you. But then I found that when she got older, I was still just letting life happen to me. Like I wasn't really, okay, I'm out of that season now. I don't need to be like just drifting along, like get a bit more intention, a bit more focus on what you're doing. And so I think probably last year, before I turned on my birthday, I realized, you know what, being naturally petite, I didn't really think of exercise. I just thought, exercise, that's for people that want to lose weight, whatever. But then I realized that I was just bumming around doing nothing, and I felt like it was doing my head in.
It bleeds into
so
other
I
areas.
actually do it for like mental health reasons, I would say. Like if I'm not out there doing a workout or whatever, like my kids, I'm yelling, I'm like whatever, I'm just not. Like for me, that's almost like a non-negotiable now. Like I have to work out and do that self-care because I wasn't very good at it. Like I really wasn't. And it wasn't until I saw Jake say you need to be kind to yourself and you need to look after yourself. And I was even in a state, like I'm very ashamed to say this, but of where I was like, well, why doesn't he say you should go do this, you should go get a massage, you should, like I was putting that responsibility on him to see that I was freaking out like a mental case. Oh, honey, maybe you need to go get a massage or take some time out. I wasn't actually taking the responsibility for my own self-care and saying, hang on a minute, like I need to go do this or that. And I'm not I like massages, like that's his thing, but for me, like that's not, you got to find what's your self-care thing, that what does it for you.
That's right.
But physical exercise I find is
so good.
I really do.
I think
like that.
I've actually always exercised in the past. I've exercised to keep fit and make sure I'm like in the shape that I want to be, like really for like the physical side of things more so than like the mental side of things. Like I always felt that it contributed, but oh my goodness, and something that I will talk about a bit later, but in the past year that I have been through, for me at the moment, I'm exercising and I'm getting all the physical benefits, which thank you, Jesus. But
you do anyway,
But I said to my trainer, I said, I'm actually here more for like the mental benefits because I actually need to know that I'm doing something that looks after myself. And honestly, I can't even put words on how much benefit I've seen from it.
And exercising, I think, it opens up that journey of like, okay, then I find that I eat healthier when I'm exercising. It's not a drag to try and eat more healthier.
Because you feel like, I don't want to eat that. I just work that off. I'm not going to eat that.
So you want to feel your body properly and just all those things. I think that it opens up like a huge, you
don't beat yourself up about things as much, hey? And then you've been talking a little bit about Jake, who is your husband, in case you haven't people haven't cottoned on to that. Because obviously you need to look after yourself, but then also if you're married, you need to be looking after your marriage. So is there anything that you guys do to look after your marriage or make it a priority? Obviously it's a priority.
But I know what you mean. So We're really fortunate in this season that we can do a date night. Like we try to do a date night every week, midweek. So we'll put our kids to bed and then we'll go out for like an hour and a half or at least fortnightly. And I know that that's a huge luxury and for a lot of people to have that opportunity. But that's probably one of the things that we do because being really busy, especially he's very busy with his business and working late and in the office and just he's a full-on guy anyway. So that's one thing that we do that's intentional that we've started doing probably for the last 2 years, I think. Before that, we didn't really do it. We probably weren't in the didn't have that opportunity to be that way with the younger kids or even just time-wise, whatever. But you don't even have to go out. Like you can do like a date night in where, like where you say, okay, we're not watching Netflix or not, like, you know, and we'll sit and talk or like, we'll talk about what we're reading or that kind of thing. Or that's a big thing as well. So we do that sometimes if we're too tired to go out or go out, catch a movie. So that's one big thing that we do. And we laugh a lot and we joke a lot. I know.
Hard not to laugh.
So I think that's good to laugh a lot with your partner and muck around and joke and not be so serious.
Yeah, that's right. Because there's a lot of serious things that come up in life that you obviously it's great to do with your partner, but then there's also like that other side where you're right, you have to enjoy it together because otherwise...
Like, what are you doing? Like, if you're not enjoying the process, like, these kids are going to leave and then you just have each other. Yeah. And you don't want to have to, you know, all of a sudden discover who you...
Like,
hello.
Hello.
Sorry. Checked out for like 2 years.
That's right. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to ask you about is... again, a bit more like self-care, but just something really practical for people. If you have to rush out the door, but you really, like, it's not like somewhere you can go in your slippers, what would you do? Like, this is really practical. What's your, like, I have, like, literally 5 or 10 minutes and I need to be presentable and ready. What would you do? And it's mayhem in your house.
All right, so I'm not a big makeup person anyway. So, and my hair takes way too long. It takes like 40 minutes. Yeah. So I usually tie it up.
The joys of hair.
So I tie it up in a top knot. I'm always rocking the mum bun. And then I've got a really amazing natural, of course, tinted moisturizer that's got like, I don't know, glittery things in it that make your skin look really nice.
Makes your skin glow.
Fresh and summery. And so I whack that on, which I wear, like I don't leave the house without it. So I put that on, a bit of blush and fill in my eyebrows a little bit. That's it. Like it's really quick. I can literally do it and I do literally do it in 10 minutes anyway.
And then do you have like something that you like, I know I look good in that, so I'm just going to put it on?
As in
like
clothes?
You know, if you like,
I don't know, like just dressed. For me, jeans and like a top. I'm not
just
super,
keep it simple.
I'm not very, you know, you have your days where you're like, oh my gosh, I have nothing to wear and you cry into your wardrobe, but you definitely have those things. Like I definitely have probably these jeans and then I've got like a knit top or something like you just grab it because
I know I look good in that. Doesn't
I like to buy things that are very versatile as well so that you can use it for different things, not just
dress it up.
One. So
dress it down. Awesome. Okay, well, thank you so much for chatting with me today. And there's definitely more that I want to chat with you about. So you'll be hearing more and seeing more of Lisa. But thanks so much for sharing.
No worries.
Thanks so much for watching that interview with Lisa. I think she has a wealth of knowledge when it comes to being a mum and just about life in general. And so I'd love to chat with her again, and I hope that you got something out of it today. If you want to follow along on this journey that I'm just starting out on, then please make sure you subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you're listening on a podcast, you can subscribe where all good podcasts are found. Or if you're reading this on the blog instead, then you obviously can subscribe to that too. And make sure you do. I'd love to hear from you because, as I said, this is just something I'm starting out doing, and I really want your feedback. I really want to create this so that it's not just something that I'm doing for myself, but for you guys, for the community that I'm hoping will sort of rally around and enjoy this and do this journey together. So please reach out to me, send me a message. If there's anything in particular that you would love to learn about or hear about, I am open for suggestions. And if there's anything maybe you didn't like, you can tell me nicely. But I really hope that you stay on this journey with me, because we've got some exciting things lined up, and already some great interviews lined up to do as well. And I hope that it's something that you'll come along for the ride with.